Keeper, the Tyler Perry Sistas live after show. How y'all doing tonight? Hopefully y'all are doing well. We're gonna go ahead and chop it up. It's your good sis you let us talk TV with, and
Allie, giving it to you when I give it to you, but always in the nick of time.
we're gonna go ahead and jump on into it. So y'all drop y'all's ratings on a scale of 1 to 10. Most of y'all are not new here, so you already know how we do. We're gonna go ahead and get it out. Cause y'all had me on this dang on live yesterday for 5 hours. I ain't gonna shortchange the sisters folks. But also we gonna get to what we need to get to. And luckily
Absolutely.
we had something to work with as it pertains to this episode. Was it me? Or was this episode tolerable?
It was you. No,
It
let me
was
stop.
me. Listen, it
It was
could be I'm sleep
tolerable. It
deprived,
was
child.
tolerable. It was tolerable. I will say that Sabrina was my MVP tonight.
She almost
And
got
she
her
had to do
ass thrown
something because
overboard though. She almost had to walk the plank, Allie. I ain't even gonna hold you.
don't get me wrong, baby girl. Let me tell you now. I'm gonna cuss her out first, but I will say that I enjoyed her tonight for the most part. I did.
Like she's a big reason of why I feel like the episode was tolerable. We finally started having the characters ask questions that needed to be asked of themselves, and then they can go out into the world and now respond based off of this question that they're seeking this answer for. At least for me, that's what I was like. Okay, y'all are actually doing something here. Hey y'all,
Yeah.
welcome in. Drop your thoughts and your ratings on a scale of 1 to 10. Shout out to Miss Perspective Plans. First one up in here. Hey Vaughn, our lovely moderator. Hey Angela, Demetria, and A Noel. Y'all are first up. How y'all doing tonight?
Hey everybody.
So this is
Angela
interesting.
gave it a six.
This is very interesting, Allie, because you're like, I ain't necessarily feeling it. And I'm like, okay. But again, y'all, I could very much so be like distracted and delirious because I have been up, got 3 hours of sleep. I have been in a content bubble, editing, working all damn day. I'm very much so awake. I paid attention to the whole episode, but I have been sitting in this damn chair for the last 12 hours. So that could be working in their favor. I don't know. That could be working in their favor.
I can only speak for me in my house. Um, I did check out quite a few times. I'm gonna be honest. And we'll get into the wins and the whys. But it was Sabrina for me. Sabrina made this episode like if I had to, I would probably give it a five. But that is heavily due to Sabrina.
Mm. You know what, Allie?
It's heavily due to Sabrina.
You might be right because I did check out too, but because I was working as well, like I was working on editing something. Because y'all, I have opened up my screenwriting review service for you guys. So everything will be linked in the description box if you guys want to submit your scripts and you want me to read. So many people have been asking me for this for years. That is now available. I also have a screenwriting workshop that I'm putting together. And then I also have my media library that I use to create all the videos that I create is now available if you would like to get access to those screenshots. I know a lot of people when they're just starting out and they want to comment on these shows, they don't know where to get photos from. They don't know how to actually put things together. And I am actually giving everybody access to my actual library for all the shows that I actually cover. And all of that is linked in the description box down below. So I was literally working on that while watching the episode. So that is actually tea. I wasn't able to register when I clocked or checked out of the episode because the moment I checked out, I just went to something else that was more interesting and I needed to get done. And then I checked back into the stuff that was most interesting to me because the whole nanny thing, y'all can miss me with it. I got some very real criticisms. Like I peeped it out the side of my eye, out my corner of my eye, right? I had peeped it, but I was like, yeah, y'all on some bullshit anyway. So da 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 da. Even when Aaron came on with his fun ass, I don't know if he getting finer. Allie, I fear because you broke it down so beautifully of how fine that man is, I have never been the same since. And now when I see him, I'm just like,
Hey,
why is he so fun? But even that, for me, that thing gave what the fuck is going on and bullshit. So like in that, I'm like, I hear you. but let me go ahead and get my shit together for my people. You know what I'm saying? So you're right. The episode was only tolerable because I had some other shit to do and I was preoccupying myself. I wasn't sitting up in my living room or on my bed just waiting for them to entertain me and then failing to do so. Ugh. Come on, this is why I love having you here, Allie. Welcome, Tiff BZ. Welcome to the membership. Thank you so much for joining, love. I appreciate you so very much. All right, so Kay Brene gave it a 5.5. Dominique gave it a 6. A. Noel gave it a 3.5 because she's unimpressed. Okay. Lynn Williams, hey boo, hey. Shout out to the members in the chat. Lynn Williams gave it a 5. Hey Shari P, how you doing, boo? And shout out to DNC Greatness, Nzinga, Cheryl D, Mel, Tamika, Tommy, Shelly. I'm sorry, I'm about to say Shelly. Shakashi, how are you doing, boo? You can't see Sistas on BET. You might have to wait, honey. I have Follow. I love me some Follow. Follow is about $20 a month. You get all these damn channels.
That's right.
You can go ahead and watch it. I'm just saying, I watch Sistas on Follow, honey. I love it down. And I could watch it at the same time that it's premiering Eastern Standard Time because they don't really care about all that. Other places be trying to hold me back, trying to stop my shine because I'm in LA and they want to put me on Pacific Standard Time while all of y'all are watching the thing. I gotta wait. Follow don't do that. Follow said, go ahead and watch it at 6 p.m. girl. Don't even worry about it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. So you might gotta sign up to one of the services, babes. I'm sorry, but you might gotta do that. Perspective Plans gave it an 8 since Danny was stressed out. You know what? That was a highlight for me. Sitting here, perched, like, enjoying every bit of it. Yeah. Every last ounce. Yeah, Daniela. Yeah, go ahead and take that.
I did.
Shari P gave it a 5. Money Green Tay gave it a 5. Hey, boo, welcome in. Shout out to y'all coming into this live, too, because y'all was on the live last night, and we thugging it out. Linda gave it a 5. Tamika gave it a 5. Everybody settling in the middle. Brenda gave it a 4, I think. When is Karen gonna take off this black dress? I'm gonna say it once and I'm gonna say it. This is gonna be the last time I say it. Karen has a uniform at her new salon. Everybody has to wear black dresses. So she's wearing this maternity black dress because she's pregnant and she's at work. I know we love to shade Karen, and I know we like to play her, but I have gotten that. I don't know how many times you've gotten that comment, Allie, but I've gotten that comment so many times that I have been ignoring it on every single video. And I'm just like, have y'all not picked up on she's now trying to offer a luxury experience? Everybody who works in the salon has to wear black, so they're all wearing black dresses. I don't know.
Question quite a few times, but I'm gonna tell you straight up, I'm getting a little sick of it too. I understand the uniform, but y'all can make my good sis, you know what I'm saying? Get her. I mean, she cute, petite, sweet. Y'all can put her in something else besides that dress. It could be a different type of
Danny
vibe.
been wearing the same pencil skirt and shirt for the last 6-7 seasons, so.
But I think because Danny has become so irrelevant to me, she could be dressed like a school bus and I wouldn't give 2 damns. Like, I don't care. But I'm like, Karen's to me, but I get it. And I do because I guess it's noticeable, but it's the same style. Like, I understand. But I mean, we get it. We get it. Because I do get it a lot. And I only answered one person. I only responded to one of the comments that was left. But we do get it.
I mean, I get it in reference to wanting her to slay down, but this is making me think about Quinta Brunson talking about Janine in Abbott Elementary and how like the hairstylists were really pushing for her to let them evolve her hair journey. And she's like, no, we got to take it slow and we got to move at a certain pace because part of it is that tells the story as well. I think that Karen wearing the same black dress, and this is not just me loving Karen, y'all, but on a storyteller perspective, especially in a show that we're not getting enough specificity and reference to the storytelling, I'm taking the same black dress as that is not of her concern. She's not worrying about being a fashionista. She's really like the top of the season. We saw her struggling to even pay her bills and wanted to take out another loan. You know what I'm saying? And she's trying to get this salon off the ground. Then she's hit with, it's not one baby, it's 2. Then she hit with, it's not one baby daddy, it's 2. So the last thing that I would imagine the character Karen is on her mind is what she has to wear. I feel like it's probably the easiest thing ever for her to know, like, I'm going to wear this dress. And if I got 5 of them, I'm going to wear them. You know what I'm saying? It's similar to like Mark Zuckerberg, who was famously like wearing the same thing for the first 10 years that he launched Facebook, because it stopped him needing to give that mental space to figuring out what he was going to wear in a day and trying to figure out how to look cute. It's like, this is the uniform. This is what I'm wearing. So and maybe that's why when I see people bring it up, like, I'm so sick of her wearing this dress, I'm like, kind of annoyed. Not that the person who said it in here, I'm not annoyed at you. I'm just addressing it because I've seen it so much. I'm kind of annoyed because I understand the perks of it. It's like she's going into her own business. She decided to set what she wants to wear. She's comfortable with wearing. She's also still unpacking mentally a lot of shame as it pertains to her situation. I literally would be looking at her sideways if I saw her wearing something different every day. I would be like, girl, you got time to put together looks? When your backstabbing ass homegirls is leaving you for dead, and you know what I'm saying? Like, all of this stuff is going on. That would make me, but then again, that's just from the I guess the writer, creative storyteller side of me, and that understands how all that comes together.
Well, that's true because I know a lot of times a story is told through wardrobe, and it made me
Mm-hmm.
think about the character that Janet Jackson played in Poetic Justice. So everybody got on her. She wore black all the time, and she had the freedom to wear whatever she wanted to wear, but she chose to wear black because once she was grieving the drug dealer boyfriend, and that's just what she was most comfortable, in wearing. So yeah, I do. I think the comments of "I'm so sick of her wearing this," and it's like, but y'all didn't have no problem if Fatima wore every color Skittle dress.
The exact same dress in different
The
colors.
damn rainbow. It was the same dress in different colors. So I find it interesting, like what we get so sick and tired of. Like it's okay to make an observation. Like, and whoever said it in the comments coming at you, it is something that is said a lot, like under the comments or whatever. So I think that like being sick, I get it, but to me it just wasn't that big of a deal. Like I'm like, okay, she's wearing black, but it never was like a hell she to change her clothes. Like I didn't look at it, from that perspective. Like I understood why people made an observation out of it. But I'm like, if y'all didn't care what that Fatima wore the same dress, why you care that Karen wearing the same thing or the same color?
And
So
trust, I understand
it's
how
the
sometimes it
rainbow.
can feel lazy, because I was worn out by them damn white shoes, right? But that felt very different. That didn't feel specific to the circumstances. That felt like y'all wasn't trying to put her in anything else but them goofy ass white shoes.
Yes.
But this actually works to me in reference to the choice. I still got beef
Yes.
with them fucking shoes. They better not ever bring them back out. Once she dropped this load off, she better not wear them shoes ever again. Ever.
I hate them shoes. I hate them shoes. They need to destroy them. Don't let that. I don't want my dog wearing them shoes ever again on this earth. Period.
Ever. Ever. She just sashayed over to the
That's
damn duplex
hilarious.
and got her little face busted wide open because Heather popped out. Don't put them on no more. That whole outfit, burn that shit. Burn it, please.
That
So
is
yeah, those are
hilarious.
my thoughts on why she's wearing the same dress. But again, y'all can still be mad and y'all can want her to change. I mean, I feel like there's so many other reasons that we could critique the show, and there's so many other points that we could get pissed about. So I'm not wasting my pistivity on that black dress. When they had
No,
Zach coming there
definitely not.
talking to Aaron about can bygones be bygones, and we settle our differences. Nigga, you the only one with a difference.
You want to
Can we
start
settle
there?
what?
You want to just go ahead and you want to? Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
I
that's where I'm
love it.
locked in at.
I love it. I love that. Aaron was like, I never had a problem with you, Zach. You have literally been the only person with a damn problem. And just as you stated at the top of this, I call BS because how you gonna come to me and say you want us to be cool when just 2 seconds ago you mentioned my ex-wife
You keep
unaliving
mentioning it.
herself?
The moment that he said it, I was done. Actually, that was probably the moment I really checked out.
Me
I was
too.
done. Because I'm tired of Zach bringing up and throwing his dead wife in his face. It is so childish. It is so demeaning. It is so disrespectful. And Aaron keep turning the other cheek, and I want him to hit your ass in yours. Honestly.
Facts. Like to me, once Zach made that statement, I clearly wrote Zach is an asshole because every time he's in Aaron's presence, it's like he gets off on that. That's the only thing that you can say that's I guess that could possibly hurt him in a sense. And then you telling me you want to be cool. I don't want to be cool with you. Like I know we have to be cordial because of the children, but Zach is not somebody that I would want to be cool with at all. No. It just that scene was just it didn't give I guess what they thought it was supposed to give,
At
at least for me.
all. Zach didn't even come to him really on the humble. He's talking about okay, watch the judgment. You're always judging him. This man literally is always offering you grace and understanding, and you are running from it at every cost and making digs at his dead ass wife and jealous of how he loves on Karen. But you want to talk about he needs to not judge you? He has yet to judge your ass. He should have been judging your ass. You are the bottom of the goddamn barrel, and he's the cream of the crop. You shouldn't even be allowed in 10 feet of his ass.
Yeah, that was just. I can't. Okay, I can't stand Zach. But I mean, I just don't like the character. But this right here was just so like, can we be cool though? Like, can we be cool for the kids' sake?
Sir, whether you get your ass
I
on
guess.
board or not, these kids are going to be fine. So that is 100% up to you, Zachary Taylor, and nobody else. Please believe.
Yeah, yeah. And I like what DSC Blackman just said about he's thrown in Karen's face too, but wants the whole world to empathize with his trauma and let him use it as a forever crutch to be a narcissistic man child. And that has been one of my major, amongst the many, but one of my major issues with the character of Zach is that he wants, well, yeah, my mom was this, my dad was this. How the hell do you expect this man to extend, which I'm sure Aaron did, grace and compassion when you just brought up the fact that his ex-wife unalives herself? But you want somebody to feel bad because of your childhood, and it placates into the overall, I'm gonna say, well, the overall theme of the majority of the fandom, who was Zach. You know, his mom was just, she wasn't there for him like she was supposed to, or he had a hard childhood. And I'm like, it's so interesting that as Black women, there are so many women who cape for Zach, yet will fail to see the trauma that these women have been through as well. They don't talk great about their fathers, they don't feel great about their childhoods yet, and still, when it comes to Zach, so much compassion can be extended, but with the other women, they're just expected to get over because you're a Black woman. This is just what you do. But to the Black man, we're supposed to baby him and coddle him and keep the tit in his mouth until we feel we can take him off the milk, which is what, of course, Fatima does. But I'm like, no, I don't know. I don't have no, it does not negate the fact of what he went through, but it's hard to
But you
extend
don't
that
get
type
to
of
use
compassion
it.
to somebody.
Mm-mm.
Exactly.
It is not
Exactly.
a get out of being a shitty person ass card. Like, it's not. It's not that. Like you said,
Mm-hmm.
these women have had experiences with their fathers. These women have experiences with their mother. These women have had experiences with you, and you literally get to run amok completely unchecked. Going to and I'm jumping all over the place. Pull me back if we need to come back and speak about him and Aaron, because that scene, I just don't believe it. But
Mm-hmm.
also the way that they are the way that the story so often bends to the will of the team, it pisses me off so bad, because it's just unrealistic and very much so annoying and not even beneficial to either character. So there's that. So I'm at this point differentiating between what I know Aaron would actually say and do versus what I know he wouldn't. And if when I see that stuff that he wouldn't, I'm gonna act like it didn't even goddamn happen. Good luck, farewell, Chuck. I don't give a fuck. But going over to the interviews with the damn nanny, like, Zach, you don't get to, I'm done with this, eating chips, and like, I don't even care no more. How do you get to not care? She didn't went to work, even though she didn't do nothing all day but watch Hayden's goofy ass. She didn't went to work, maybe went to school, who knows, because you know she failing out of law school, so fuck that law school, I guess. And then come home to interview these people with your ass. Left work early to come interview these people with your ass. You just been home, because you know Michael takes the bus to school at 3 years old, so you don't get to do shit anyway until he gets off the goddamn bus. And you're sitting across from the table talking about something, you're done? You don't get to be done. And this is the stuff that, like, I need people to see and need people to actually hold Zach accountable for, because y'all want to play like he's a great man and a great father and a great this and a great that. He's a fine man who happens to be present. That's it. That presence is not actually linked to any kind of real effort, real intention, real and focus. It's quite literally every week we get to watch Zach be exactly who he is, and he will never have to change. And that's the most disgusting, disturbing thing for me to watch, because he's also a toxic cancer to everybody that he interacts with. So you mean to tell me it's okay for this cancer to get to run amok and infect whoever the hell it want to infect, and nobody trying to eradicate it and or treat it? Y'all got me messed up. I think you froze, Allie.
Person has no type of experience at all with children. That was just a very interesting scene altogether. It really was. And she up there just cheesing like she's so happy and so pleased with the man child sitting next to her. It was just, child, I was the one that she was interviewing. I would have been like, okay, I understand that you want me to, look after 3-year-old Michael, but what about the one sitting beside you? Is he a part of the job too? I just need to know for future references because it looks like he's a child that needs to be babysat as well.
Yeah, but
Just saying.
Michael is more mature, more of adult than Hayden, but not the man that you put on every night. Girl, at least Hayden got a job. He a hater with a job. He's an incel with a job. What do Zachary do? Hell, Hayden, toxic as it may be, is the provider in his home. He lets her cute ass sit at home, scroll on Instagram, and shop. And prioritizes getting that money. What does Zachary do besides get on your goddamn nerves and make messes for you to clean up? Fatima, please.
Those are facts. And then for Fatima to have had such a bad sexual experience with Hayden, she sure talks about his penis a lot.
A lot, Allie. I'm sick of it.
Was it really bad? It was bad.
She's way too preoccupied with getting back at him. Like, girl, let the shit go. Because at this point, you're also giving very much so childish as well. Because regardless of what you feel about him, his focus right now is Miss Marie. He throwing little shady ass quips at you and Andy because he can. But other than that, he's doing his goddamn job. Won't you do the same? Jesus.
It was the fact that Fatima was finding entertainment when Hayden walked in. And I said, for somebody who's failing law school, you should be studying. Why are you?
Where's the books at, Fatima? Where the motherfucking books at, ho? Why you throwing up fits in the damn conference room 3 days ago because you failing your first test? Then you gleefully spinning around in the goddamn seat like a little ass child without a book in sight. Do you want to be a lawyer or don't you? Zach is an investor in what, Maxine? Investor in what, Maxine? Quickly. Zach is an investor, Maxine says. In what? Because he dissolved the business with Bryce. Because he couldn't get over the whole Bryce loves him thing or is infatuated with him and want to sleep with him thing. Bryce was the brains behind that business. That business is dissolved. Zach has a bunch of money sitting in the bank, and who knows how much it actually is because Gary has some of it that he refuses to give back. So what is Zach invested in? When Zach had an office, again, that Bryce put in his lap, he took his ass in to play solitaire. So what are you investing in, honey? Let me know, please. Let me know.
I don't know.
Virgo Queen says when Hayden called her a paralegal, I hollered. Hayden don't miss. He don't miss with his words this season. He be on it. Him and Gary, yo. Gary still sends me from the, you want to get your rock wallet?
Oh my God. But it was Fatima's face for me when he called her a paralegal because she couldn't say nothing because you are. Baby Fatima was like, pipe down. Pipe down.
And clearly you're not trying to change that status because you're about to fail your ass out of law school perfectly fine because you're too worried about watching Hayden's ass and babying up and burping Zach. Clock it.
Baby. I'm not going to sit here and argue with a paralegal. Right?
And Hayden meant this so. Chris Warren is killing Hayden's character. Like, He is so tapped into Hayden. It's ridiculous. It's so good. Lord, it's so good.
He is.
Demetrius said, Erica, last week, remember Fatima said that he works full-time at home, remember? Fatima also tells him he's a great man. Fatima also tells him he's a great father. He's a great provider. He got this. Do I have to specify? Lies! Lies! Fatima is the queen of stroking this goofy ass man child's ego, because instead of pushing him to be better and step outside his comfort zone and actually walk into the potential that he damn has and he can actually actualize, we're going to keep him right the hell where he at, where she can control him and make sure that he don't go too far from under her thumb. But then that means that she has to take on the bulk of all the work around the damn house and within the relationship. So yeah, he's not doing a goddamn thing. She come home, Michael's ass ain't washed, toys ain't picked up. Last week, she got a meal from the man because she had to say, I'm at capacity. No, nigga. But Zach is very much the type of man who's going to do something one day to try to, oh, I hear you. And then he's back doing the same stuff because nobody is forcing Zachary to evolve. Nobody is forcing Zachary to change. So he will not change. He will continue to drag his nuts all across Fatima's forehead, up and down that damn duplex, all around Atlanta. Thank God Aaron's back in the picture because he don't get to bring his nuts through the goddamn salon no more. Zach is invested in having good D and being delusional. That's it. You right. So he is an investor. That's what he invested in. Chrissy, you done solved it. Thank you, boo.
Thank you. We don't have to look any further. That's the answer.
I know I'm jumping all over the place, Allie.
No, I'm having a ball. I'm having a better time. Well, this is always better than the episode, but we good. We good. Because, I mean, not a lot really happened.
Yeah.
Really. This episode. But speaking of now I ain't gonna lie to you. I wanted the surprise witness to be Jasmine. I was really hoping because I really love that character. I really do. But when I saw Penelope, I was like, reverse, rewind. What the hell and how the hell?
Even that little story of how the hell it happened, I'm like, y'all could have came on something else. Y'all didn't.
Eric, I was so cute.
I'm like, I get it. So Gary couldn't say where is she because y'all wanted us to believe that she was dead, but y'all need to come up with something else because this whole story is so goddamn flimsy. Man, you want to tell me that you scurred your ass, you crawled your ass out of that damn office, and all Gary did was like clean up the blood and then go down to the damn police station and say you're missing without searching for you? The same Gary who hopped his ass in the back of Jordan's truck and said, is that my old bitch? The same Gary who does not have a problem popping up and popping out? Stop. And he know he hurt you that bad? Child.
I was in such a state of confusion because if my memory serves me correctly, after he pushed Penelope and she fell down, all that blood was everywhere. When he had the cleaning crew to come in, he told the men to make sure that nobody found her, like to get rid of the body. So I'm thinking she's still on the floor, even though they didn't show us that. So you're telling me, as you just stated, that Penelope rolled her little ass out his building and nobody saw her? Nobody saw this woman bleeding profusely. Nobody saw her. Okay.
It would have stuck better if y'all would have had the story of her getting away, him thinking that she was dead, and the person that came to clean up her damn body took her down and then came up to clean or something, and then she got out the car at the same time, and then they just never told Gary because they know he got a temper. Like, how I just come up with that right now? And y'all have a whole writer's room, y'all couldn't come up with something better than that. After, like you said, Ellie, they told us that he wanted to be rid of the damn forever. Y'all are so right. I was really preoccupied because this episode, when you really start to unpack and peel back the layers and speak to it, what the hell? What in the hell?
What in all the hell? What in all the hell?
Real quick, I do want to go back to
Another
Aaron
what
real
in
quick
all the
though,
hell, Mom?
because
Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
I do want to address this. Some people was putting this in the comments of other videos, and I hate it for us. It does feel like they are
Mm.
in how they are shaping the story, and they like to bend the story to the will of Zatima. The whole Zach and Aaron conversation feels like it's reaffirming, oh, Aaron only checked Karen last week because Zach told him to. Fuck Zach. Nobody cares. Aaron is a better man than Zach. Period. On every day. Period. He do not need Zachary Taylor to tell him anything about goddamn life. And I wish these writers stop playing in our goddamn faces about it.
Please, please. It's like the elementary school student talking to the college graduate. What you gonna say?
What are you finna say?
What exactly are you gonna say? What are you gonna influence him to do? Or and I think it just reiterates for me just how crazy it is for Zach to have had any influence on anything that Aaron was to do or say to Karen, yet and still he made the statement like that's why Zach couldn't deal with you. And it's like you dealt with Zach and you know enough about this man because every time he's in your presence, Fawn is brought up.
Mm-hmm.
So my thinking is this you don't have an issue with him. And even tonight for Aaron to say, why do you always bring that up? And my thinking is, and he ain't had sex with you, he ain't dealt with you on a romantic level. He was with Karen for 3 years, and there's so much love there, professed undeniable love there. What the hell you think he been saying to her, doing to her? If he could say this to you every time you're in his presence. So to me, like I said, with I don't know what Jamie was trying to do, last week with that episode. Like I understand to a certain extent, as you stated, bending the story so it can seem like Zach and Aaron are in cahoots, so they can somehow go to Karen and make her appear to be the bad guy, since both guys are on this one accord now. Which I don't believe that for a long shot, but it was so off putting to me.
Yeah,
It was really off putting.
I agree. I agree.
Now I did want to pop Sabrina in the mouth. Um, when she was asking Danny why wasn't she there. Say, yeah, okay, okay. I was really upset about Sabrina calling Danny and asking her about where she was and why wasn't she there to help plan for Karen's baby shower. I said, hold the hell on. Karen asked you and Pam to plan her baby shower. How did Danny and Andy end up in this conversation or end up on the party planning committee? She asked the two people who she wanted to help because she know Andy wasn't gonna do a damn thing, and Danny they have their little issue. So why were they invited to the party? Now, even though Sabrina was my MVP and she did make this episode much tolerable for me, that was the one part that I just could not get down with. Like, why did you invite them to come help you plan when you and Pam can take care of everything that need to be taken care of? I couldn't stand that. Ain't Noel said, I honestly just want to shake Sabrina. What the hell, girl? Honestly, like honestly, I felt like if Karen wanted the four musketeers or the three musketeers, Danny, Sabrina, and Andy to plan it, and then she would have asked them. But she asked the two people that she wanted. That was it. So I'm like to include Andy and Danny. I just felt Sabrina was overstuffing in that way. And then even though Sabrina, feel like she want to tell people how she feels and she's tired of holding stuff in, but I'm like, you only doing that so it can appease you, not when you see other conflict that exists amongst the sisters. But now that you feel that people coming at you crazy or not considering your feelings, now you want to say something. I did appreciate it at the same time. It's like, girl, please. Wednesday Talk says, why the F was Danny gonna be there but didn't bring Andy up at all? How is it gonna be drama free with Danny? Virgo Queen said, I didn't understand that either. If she wanted them to do it, she would have asked them. Exactly. And it was so many things about like going on social media where people were saying, well, how do you think Andy is gonna feel that Karen didn't ask her? I'm like, Andy don't give a damn. Why are people trying to put Andy on this pedestal of friendship like she cares so much about what's going on with Karen? And as we can see, I don't think that Andy and Karen has had a conversation since the motel. They haven't been in each other's presence, and nor do I believe they've had a phone conversation. So why was her planning a party anyway when she already done chose sides and her side is Fatima? I
Ooh.
don't want her planning a baby shower. She can go to hell.
Ellie. Ellie. That I was when
What's
I
up?
tell you I was immediately the moment Sabrina said, "Where's Danny?" or whatever the hell she said, I said, "Why in the would you be inviting her? Why?" Sabrina, don't piss me off. She didn't ask for Daniela. She didn't ask for Andrea Barnes. She asked for you, and she asked for Pam. Maurice, you can sit over here, be cute, make your little smart ass quips, bitch, but Daniela should not be here to begin with. Ooh! But if this is what you needed to start to get a little something up under your tit to get pissed, then fine, I'll take it. But nobody asked you to invite this Judas ass heifer to do anything. Exclusively, she's going to shit all over her baby shower festivities. I don't even want her invited to the goddamn shower itself. Why in the hell was she planning? And clearly she don't give a fuck. She is going to polish up the best asset that she has, which is her coochie. Her man's ex-wife popped up as a major in the goddamn army, is beloved by his damn mama, a wonderful mother, and she thinks that she gonna fight back by getting her coochie waxed. Why would you have her come try to plan this girl's shower? Sabrina, you almost got your ass whipped, honey. You almost got your ass whipped. I swear to God, you almost got your ass whipped. I was heated, Allie. Heated.
Yes. Yeah. I was like, and I think the thing when she talked to Dan was like, besides Karen act like she's still mad at me and shit. And I'm like, first of all, and she ain't acting like she mad at you. She is. That's number one. Number two, you were supposed to apologize, and you still haven't apologized. But you walking around as if Karen doesn't have a right to be mad at you. You are so disloyal. I mean, you just continue to shove that knife in Karen back, and she's supposed to be pleasant to you. Danny, go jump in the empty pool, sis. Please,
Please. Please.
please.
And
And then you
hopefully
want
you
to
ain't
act
been drinking
all
your
hurt
milk because we
because
need
you
some bones to
major,
break.
major Hamilton, baby, baby. Major Hamilton that came back, and so now you're a little scared because you saw how Major Hamilton was looking at her ex husband. And Tony was a little too, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm so proud of you. Wait, did you say Major? Oh my God. Now, mind you, see, writers got your ass. When we were first introduced to Tony and the men, they tried to make it seem as if their ex wives were crazy. It was something wrong with the women. They didn't do what they need to do. But Major Hamilton doesn't strike me as crazy.
At
Maybe
all.
y'all just didn't work out, but she seems to be a great mother. Your mother loves her, even so much she could stay the night at the house. You are very happy for her and celebrated her for becoming a major. She doesn't strike me as someone that caused issues in your marriage. I'm looking at you crazy, not so I'm looking at you sideways, Tony. Something ain't right with you. And
Something in the
then
milk ain't
to make
clean.
it up to Danny, some in the milk ain't clean. Because my whole thing is, in order to make it up to Danny, you think it's time to eat coochie when y'all should be having a real conversation. And now, as much as I probably would have wanted that little treat, I would have been like, well, I need you to rise up. I need you to rise up because we got to have a conversation. We can get to that later, but not right now. That ain't gonna solve this problem. I
And
wouldn't even
I
want
don't
to
even know
be.
how they was on a date, Allie. I
Huh.
don't know how we made it to the end of the night and we was on a date because Big Bad and Danny, who, you know, the big bad wolf who finna huff and puff and blow Karen's house down, and she gonna say what the hell she said because she meant it, got real quiet when the major was in there. Got real quiet, real meek and mouse
Mm.
like. Your question never got answered. Yeah, you had said wife.
You're not.
But we ain't double down on that.
Okay.
We ain't stand on business about that. But we can run up on a pregnant woman who we supposedly been in friendship with for the last 20 years and deeply loved. That's my sister. We can run up on her. We can have all the attitude in the world for her. But the woman that was coming to get her man back, yeah, I said her man back. You ain't got nothing to say. You got a bunch of stutters. You look stupid, Daniela, and I was so proud.
Mm.
I was so proud of the stupidity that you displayed tonight because you deserve this moment. You deserve to experience this anxiety that's coming, the nervousness that's coming, the lack that you're finna feel. Because you had a chance. You have a chance with your friendships. You have a chance with your job to do something better and to be better, to reassure yourself and to provide yourself with some kind of self-esteem because you're actually doing something with your life. And with every turn, you choose not to. So enjoy it, bitch. Enjoy watching the woman come back for her man and having a bunch of stuff to come back to the table with that look a little bit more appetizing than the little dry ass coochie that you serving.
Okay. Which is the only food she's serving because ain't nothing in that refrigerator.
Ain't not a damn thing in the fridge.
And baking soda. So that's the only food she can possibly give. But I love it.
When Tay Talk said, yeah, and then the wife said, what you say?
Please,
and it was giving nothing. What you say?
Dinner?
Nothing. Very much like her new BFF. Okay. Cause you was whispering under your breath over there at the goddamn smoothie shop as well. Is this what y'all do now? Twinsies. Little weak ass twinsies.
Twin, where have you been? Hush mouth. Sure enough.
One of the strongest moments of this season, Allie, is Danny skipping coming to Planned Karen's baby shower because she shouldn't have been invited anyway to get her dry ass coochie waxed. One of the best moments. Solidified exactly who the hell we're dealing with Daniela. Gave Sabrina more ammo as if she don't have plenty to empty the clip on all these hoes. Love it. Absolutely. Okay. Immediately, yes. Writers, immediately, yes.
Yes. I'm here now. Gonna lie to you. I'm here for the story of Major Hamilton coming back to get her man.
I actually am
has
too.
An agenda.
I'm here for it too. I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm here for it too.
She has an agenda.
And it's solely like she seemed like she's a decent person, but this is solely based off of my animosity towards Daniela, and she need to learn. And if it's going to take somebody outside the circle to learn her ass, then fine, because everybody else is just kissing the ring. You got it, Miss Mamas.
I'm here for Miss Major Hamilton. Your mama letting her stay tonight. What you don't give a damn.
You probably didn't even want to meet his mama. You didn't even want to meet his kids.
Yeah, and don't. You don't want to meet that man, mama. But now it's an issue because the ex-wife. And then again, that was his wife. Thankfully, she does have a great rapport with his mom. You don't like these. He told some the kids love her. Oh,
she don't like the kids, and the kids don't like her. And then her lying out her damn mouth. You have some wonderful kids. Oh, really? Because that's not what you just told him. You literally just told his ass when you came in here that your kids is bad as hell. We heard you. Literally. You said it.
Yeah. I'm sorry. And then it's like now the writing has just resorted to sex. Because I'm sorry, I'm going to talk about my kids and I give up coochie. Them two don't go hand in hand.
At all.
They just don't go. I'm sorry. No. Mm-mm. Sorry.
Child.
What else happened on this day?
So Daniela getting her little face cracked definitely is what is adding points on the board for this episode tonight, for sure. I highlighted when Tay Talk because when Tay Talk said something that is still resonating, ringing in my goddamn head, because the way that Andrea Barnes asked how was Michael, and we have yet to see her in the last 7 episodes say anything about Karen, ask anything about Karen, call Karen, ask about Karen, nothing. It has been nada. And then you're going to sit your goofy ass on the phone with Sabrina talking about everybody got a life. Girl, go to hell. You figure out a way to put on these cute ass outfits every goddamn day and to go and take over smoothies and orange juice and pretend that Penelope ain't missing and want your man to ravish you, but you don't have time to check on your best friend who's pregnant with twins by 2 different men? Andrea, go to hell.
And this is for everybody who comes to my channel. You come to Erica's channel too, but I'm gonna just deal with the ones who come on mine because they're probably the same people. For those who still can't get it through your thick ass skull, Andy can be friends with who she wants to be friends with. Andy and Fatima can be friends. Okay, whatever. Prime example, 'cause that's what I was talking about, Erica, before you came back, about how why would Sabrina invite Danny or Andy to come and help plan for Karen's baby shower when we have yet to see Karen and Andy have any type of interaction since the motel? There has been nothing that has happened between these two characters since that moment. Yet and still, now bringing up, because I forgot about the fact that she asked about Michael. Oh, how's Michael doing? Andy, to me, you have chosen where your loyalty lies. You have chosen who you feel is beneficial to your life, and it's not Karen, and that's okay. But live within that. Step the hell away. Don't make you're my best friend. Karen is not your best friend. She just happened to be the person who you've known the longest on the show. She's not your best friend. The fact that this woman is pregnant with twins. Most people who are pregnant with twins, they don't go full time. They have all sorts of issues. More than likely, they're normally on bed rest after a while. You haven't checked, you haven't called, you haven't, sis, I know the last time we were together, it was not the best setting. I just want, it has been none of that.
Crickets.
So when the writers try to make it seem like, oh, Karen, we're here for you, you're not. This is not your friend. And it is okay. Then when she said to Fatima, when you mother me at work, does she? Fatima's your damn bodyguard. She mothers you.
Karen mothers your ass. Karen has been mothering you for forever, and then getting dragged for it because you're simple.
Okay.
Ho.
Okay. You and Fatima don't mother each other. Y'all basically pat each other on the ass when y'all need to be giving each other a kick in it. How this help fell in law school? Oh, I don't like your professor. It ain't the professor. It's Fatima. You're not studying. You're not taking this seriously. You want to be stuck being a paralegal. That's what you want. Even though you claim you want to be a lawyer. Friendship? I said, no, ma'am. I'm sorry. No. Andy can jump in 15-foot empty pool because she got further to jump. I'm trying not to send people ahead. It's not telling them to go jump in the empty pool.
It just rolls off the tongue so well. I know. I don't want to do it either, but it rolls off so beautifully.
It rolls off so beautiful. It does.
I gotta get creative. God damn it.
I had to find a substitute. And that was the only thing that happened. I was like, you know what? Jump in the empty pool. Possibility you might make it. Possibility you might not. So you might end up in hell anyway. So I'm gonna just go and jump in the empty pool.
Let's help your odds out.
That's what I'm gonna go with. But that thing tripped me out. How's Michael? Girl.
You're a great mother. It's wild checking on the non-biological mother when you are supposedly best friends and sisters with an actual biological mom. Nasty work, if you will. Nasty work, Andrea Barnes. You lucky you cute.
I'm like, has she ever seen Fatima with Michael? Has she ever seen Fatima with Michael?
Not that I know of.
Not that I know of either, but she's a great mom.
Because Fatima is great at everything. It's given very much. So I'm about to have to come up with this shit on over here. Yesterday, the answer is, why do we need X, Y, and Z if Olivia Baker's on All American? Why do we need Andy to see Fatima with Michael? Because Fatima is everything to Andy. Fatima don't need to go to law school or pass a test. Just give her the goddamn degree. Fatima don't actually need to get pregnant and actually be in a healthy relationship. Just give her somebody else's child. Fatima don't actually need to be responsible and mature. Just let her react however the hell she will, and then Karen will deal with it. Because she's my friend, Karen, and it's Fatima. That's what it is over here. It's Fatima. So everything has to work out. Everything has to be okay, except for when it becomes Zach, because Zach's ass is what sits at the top of the heap over here on the sister's pile. Don't know how the hell that works, but I'm just calling it like I see it, y'all. I'm just calling it like I see it.
It is what it is.
Carrie says, how about fall into a volcano that's about to erupt? I like that. I like that one.
I like that. I like that too. I like that. Just straight hot lava spewing. Yes.
DNC Grady says, I still remember the scene at the police station back in season 1 where Karen was hugging and cradling Andy's body and head in her chest, walking her out in her arms, telling Jasmine to her face to shut up. Yeah. Real ones gonna remember. We know who your mother is. You have forgotten who your mother is, Andrea Barnes, and that's your problem.
Yep.
Especially because Andrea actually has like issues with her mom, right? Like she has a strained relationship or something like that.
A strained relationship, yeah.
Ain't no else says I'm still trying to figure out why Andy has an assistant. She doesn't do enough work to even justify having someone on her desk. Because it looks good.
Because it's Fatima. It's Fatima, and Fatima can literally sit at work in a see-through office and do nothing.
Spin around in a chair because it's Fatima.
And still get paid. And
not a book in sight.
Because it's Fatima.
At least steal time off the goddamn clock to get your degree, dummy. At least.
Please. I know my friend did it. She worked for the state of Florida, and she didn't really have a lot of work to do. She ended up doing her work to get her master's in psychology. So if you're gonna be on these jobs, you can use it to your advantage. What the hell you don't do no work and you still failing? You're not smart, Fatima. You're not smart, sis.
At all.
Cause my God.
What about Tamara? I didn't see Tamara this episode. Did we see Tamara? Did I miss something?
She wasn't in this episode. She wasn't in this episode. She wasn't in this episode.
Child, I can't believe Hayden is smashing Miss Marie. He know he cruddy.
All I'm gonna say is no. I do not agree with Tamara boning Gary, but the way I see it, her and Hayden are even. So, buddy, you can't say Jack. You done slid up in this Panther coach. I'm gonna need you to shut up when it comes to Tamara. Because that was the wrong slide to slip and slide in.
He was ready. He's so ready to take Miss Marie down. He said he didn't have to think twice. Christopher Warren, listen here. The way he tucked his chin and looked, I said, "Oh, he is ready."
Red tea. I said, "Well, was you already thinking about this?"
He was definitely already thinking about it.
Was this already a thing for you? My God. And you know, some men are attracted to like women who possess that kind of energy. Mm-hmm. Like she has that real like, girl. I mean, I get it, but dang, my God.
I agree. He was already thinking about it. Oh, child. What else happened in this episode? Sabrina is ready to check everybody, and Rich come in asking about birth control, even though he knows that she is trying to freeze her eggs. And last time I checked, you can't be on birth control while taking hormones to freeze your goddamn eggs. So what are we talking about, writers? Like, okay, her getting mad. I get her getting mad because she knows the sentiment of what the question was coming from, but the question was dumb as hell. Y'all couldn't come up with nothing else? Like, did you take your pregnancy test today? Because I think that they make you take pregnancy tests regularly if you are trying to freeze your eggs while also still actively having sex. Y'all could have used that. Like, what are we talking about? Right? And I'm not trying to be super critical because I get it. We artists and we sensitive about our shit. But come on, please.
Make it make sense. But this is what I thought was going to happen when he brought that up. I thought it was going to lead into the conversation about them coming out the last time they had sex. Like, I'm asking because I found a condom on the floor the last time we were intimate, and you might want to, take a pregnancy test just to be sure. But I
No,
was like, you
because
didn't even
Lord
bring that
forbid,
up.
Allie, Lord forbid the men outside of Aaron that are dating these women actually give a shit about the actual women. He's only asking these questions because he's 100% worried about him. He would only say what you just said if he gave a shit about Sabrina. Like, exactly what you said is right, but he ain't gonna do that because these men don't give a damn about these girls. They like their coochie at best.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right about that one.
And Rich, you don't want out your welcome. I don't give a damn how cute your ass is either. Gone.
Yep, he has. He has. I had such high hopes for him. He was becoming one of my favorites, and just like the rest of them, he just fell to the wayside. Fell
Yeah,
to the
and I agree
wayside.
with you, Allie. I think Sabrina is pregnant. Unfortunately,
I think, yeah,
by this nigga.
yeah, I know. But
Which is
that's gonna
the
be a bomb ass story that I'm excited to see if
it,
that is the
if they
case, if
write
they
it
go that
well, if
direction.
they actually give it the space to breathe and
That's
in
true.
the attention that it's supposed to
Hmm.
have, because in theory it's a great story, but if y'all gloss over it like y'all do so much other shit, then y'all should have kept it.
So that's it. With this little cute stuff. What else happened? Oh, Jordan got drugged.
And why?
Honestly, I didn't give two damns. But what was he? What
You
drugged him
drugged
for
him to
what
drag
though?
him off, and then we see in the preview you put his ass back on the sofa. So what did you do to the boy?
What?
Did you hear my dog?
I don't get it. Because at first I was like, where you taking the man body? Then when they showed the preview for next week, I'm like, you put his ass on the couch. I'm not understanding. I'm not.
I,
I'm not.
I'm with you, Ellie. I honestly don't even care.
I don't care about Jordan. I really don't. And it's sad. Because I feel like him and that I don't know the man's name, so I'm gonna call him 2% milk. I don't mean no offense about this, but that's just what I'm gonna choose to call.
Ethan, I think his name is
But
Ethan.
it seems like Ethan, okay. It seems as if Ethan and Jordan have the same conversation every episode. So
Every
why
single
so
episode.
why did you think I would be a great candidate? How did you jump on our campaign? I'm like, you already not hired this bastard. These are questions you should have asked beforehand. Why y'all keep having the same conversation? I said, Jordan, y'all better use Jordan something do, please.
Please, we beg of you.
It's already a struggle for me to see him on screen. It really is. Y'all need to do something with this man. Yeah, I really do.
What else happened, child? Y'all gotta tell us, cause ain't much of nothing happened when you really think about it.
I was trying to read some of
Pam
these.
and Trey, thing. Somebody said earlier that they think that Trey is using Pam. I'm like, y'all think that Trey like that?
What would he be using her for, though?
Right.
That would be my thing because I don't know what Pam can like. What does she have to offer him? It seems as if he's the one that's bringing business ideas to her. Like I don't see him using her. I
And
don't see
they,
that.
to me,
You
seem
gotta
like
remember
they're
these are
equally yoked. This is what I'm talking about, y'all. This is exactly why I said that Karen could not date this man. Because, yes, he is an asset. But he's an asset to a woman more like Pam versus Karen. And it's not about Pam being ghetto. It's just about Pam just being at a much less serious space in life. Yes, she's an entrepreneur. Yes, she's a working woman, but she's a lot more carefree about a lot of things. She's just out here, and Trey could potentially be the man that helps her really lock in, really focus, really start to evolve, and then start to take things seriously. So this is probably gonna be her very first serious relationship. Karen had been there and done that, committed to low down niggas, good nigga. Like, she's already, yeah. Dating Trey would be going backwards, whether he's a nice guy or not. That's what something I have seen from the jump. Thank you, Wente Talk. That's so sweet of you, boo.
Oh, that was so sweet.
I appreciate it, honey. Thank you. But what you think, Allie?
As far as like the romantic thing, I think that I don't see it. Like it makes me feel that Pam is more, maybe she's just more sexually attracted to him than actually liking him. Like
Mm.
maybe it's just that an attraction. So I don't know just yet, but I think that I did enjoy the business proposition or idea that he brought to her based on what happened with his barber. I thought it was a giving out samples, let people get a taste of your product, and then they'll come and want to purchase. I thought that was an amazing suggestion for her to do. I don't know if but this is the thing though. I don't know if he liked him like that. I don't know if
So
he liked her like that, like that.
so going to your first part, right? You were saying that
Mhm.
Pam, you don't you don't know if Pam likes him like that, right? It could just be a sexual attraction. That's what you were saying.
Yeah, like I think like he's attracted to him.
But the
Yeah.
thing with Pam is we don't know yet if she even knows what that next level of like attraction looks like, because we've only seen her talk about relationships in that space, in the sexual space. So that's
Right.
partly why I'm like kind of seeing it for them. I'm like, all right, give it a chance or whatever, because it could be your first foray into that. I can also though see maybe he's not into her like that. He does feel a lot, not necessarily a lot more ahead of Pam. But for me, when I saw him with Karen, I immediately was like, this girl is eclipsing this man. He's great. He has a job. He's nice, sweet, whatever, fix stuff, cool. But Karen is eclipsing him. Pam is like just a little bit behind him, maybe in reference to maturity and romance, right? Um, which makes them closer and more equally yoked. So it, for me, doesn't feel like he's not actually interested in her. It just kind of feels a little bit like leading, like he's a leader,
Mhm.
which can
I can
look
see that.
like you're not all gushy, lovey dovey or whatever because you're focused on leading the person in the way to go. I would say.
Yeah, like I'm not opposed to them getting together, and I guess like even looking at it from that perspective, I can feel it too because I think that he really was liking Karen, and then now maybe his attention is elsewhere. It just seems like he's not being as like rushed to do anything, with Pam.
He
So I
does
can, I
have
could definitely,
different
I could definitely,
energy.
like I'm not
He
opposed to
does
it.
have different energy for Pam than
He
what he had
does.
for Karen. So
He
that is
does.
kind of like an orange flag. Yeah, for sure. Because if
Yeah.
Karen is how you act when you actually like somebody, then what the hell is this?
Yeah, and that was like my reservation because I was like maybe that's why I was like well maybe he don't really like her like that because looking we've had an experience as to how he is when he is interested in someone on a romantic level, like let me take you to lunch, let me do this, let me do that, and even though he's being present, I think that he was doing I think that offering her business tips he would do whether he was interested in her or not. So it's interesting to see how it's going to play out if he does have a romantic interest in Pam, or is it just like I think you cool, but I'm not opposed, to that because I mean Karen didn't give him the time of day. I think they went out on lunch one time, and
Mm-hmm.
that's just what it was. But it'll be interesting to see that for Pam because we have not been able to see her in that realm of a romantic relationship. It's just
Right.
about who she could bone in the closet. Like it ain't really been nothing. So that would be an interesting thing to see.
And I'm glad that we're getting it because we are seeing her in season 8 come into a series regular role. So she's going to get more screen time. I think that this episode
Hmm.
was a preview of that for Pam. Like I really enjoyed her in this episode. Her little banter with Maurice. I'm kind of pissed that they don't have Maurice come in to actually liking her because I think that Maurice and Pam could really shake up the world of the
Yeah.
sisters if they were friends and were able to like clock different things based off of like what they got from Sabrina and what they got from Karen, and like they debrief on their own and then they come back together when they all together and they get like, because the sisters can't check each other, Pam and Maurice could be the ones walking around checking all these hoes. I would love that. But then they have Maurice like, I don't really like her, and it's like, why don't you like her? Because it feels like you do. It feels like she would be right up your alley.
Yeah. Now I ain't gonna lie. I actually did enjoy the banter between Pam and Maurice. So I would, would you like to be my ambassador? Even though she always got her business done, and I really did like the interaction. So when she left and Maurice made that statement, I was like, what? Well, you
Right.
know what? I'm too much, she too, but it's almost like he don't want to be outshined or whatever the case may be. But I enjoyed it. I think they would make a great like duo. Like
Mm-hmm.
I really do. Or even when he was like, well, you know, you'll never be part of like the Fabulous Four. She's not asking to be a part of the Fabulous Four. She's a friend of Karen's. She ain't got to deal with these helpers like that if she don't want to. So I
But
thought
even
that
when
was
he
very
said that,
interesting.
I
But
would,
I did enjoy them.
even when he made that statement though, I didn't even take that as a dig. It might have been, but I took it like, I'm not, girl, you don't want to be part of that crew. I'm not part of that crew. Being where we at is perfectly fucking fine. Those
Hmm.
girls are nutty as hell. Like that's kind of how I
Yeah.
took it.
I thought he was trying to be funny. I thought he was being messy.
Ah, okay.
I thought he was being messy. But that's how I took it though. I'm seeing some people in the comments and tell me what your thoughts. They were saying I thought about 3 or 4 people said they think that Trey is trying to make Karen jealous.
Yeah. Hey, you got mail. I pinned that comment because that's something that they said.
Oh, I didn't even see that. You pinned it. Oh,
Yeah.
I saw a couple people say that.
I don't know. But Karen is really not paying
I would
attention.
hope
She really
not.
don't give a shit.
She's not. She's not. She's not. She's not. But that is an interesting concept though. Because men do stuff like that. I don't want to think that Trey would do it.
That's what I'm
But I
saying.
mean,
Like what? So if he's not really into her, then why would he do it? Is he trying to make Karen jealous? Why? Like, because this wasn't who they presented him to be. Like, he didn't seem like he's one of these boys. He seems like he's a younger guy with a blue collar job who got some sense to him and is serious and wanting to settle down. If for anything, it feels like to me he's a younger Aaron in the making. So like now y'all gonna have him maybe try to make Karen jealous and maybe be stringing Pam along, but then still be showing up every day, but and want to show up every day. Like that does not end well, and it seems like that boy would know that. So,
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I did enjoy the the Destiny Child reference to Beyonce's cousin. I did like that. I
ain't
did
no
like
else that
that.
I had to
That
laugh
was
at the
cute.
Fabulous Four because who was the four? Isn't it now the Fab Five? Was there some shade there? Yes, as it should be, because sisters are supposed to be the four sisters, and so Fatima. So, like he said, the Fab Four, and unfortunately, it's just one more every now and again when Danny want to be shady. Clock it.
Okay. Clock, clock, clock.
Justin L says, I think that Trey can come between Karen and Pam professionally if he advises her to overstep her bounds in the shop. I could see that happening. And then Pam would just get her ass fired again. That's fine. Because she barely do shit in there.
And for real this time, Karen was like, Pam, Pam. Oh, I'm gonna go get the phone. Yes, baby, you still got a job to do. Go get that phone.
Please.
He is fine. He
She
is
could
fine, sis. So
she
I
can
get it.
let Trey get
But
him.
go get that
But
phone.
see, Trey seems like he cares about Karen, so it feels like he wouldn't do any or say anything that's going to cause Karen any kind of harm, even though she doesn't want him. So, I guess we're gonna have to wait and see, Chad. We're gonna have to wait and see.
We'll have to see. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's see what else happened. Oh, Maurice and Grayson.
Child, if y'all don't get to the goddamn point, And when I say get to the goddamn point, it's not even just rush through their relationship, but y'all showing us these bits and pieces and wanting me to give a damn. I think that Maurice's trigger of like Grayson moving in on his house and crowding his space is a very real one, but y'all have not shown me enough of their relationship for me to actually even believe that they're in a full-fledged relationship. Every time that Grayson leaves, I feel like he's leaving for good, and then he pops back up, everything is all good. I don't care, writers. I don't care. I don't give a damn if you eat the oxtails or you don't, if you fuck up the closet or you don't. Y'all are not giving us enough as it pertains to Maurice and Grayson for us to care. So please move it along.
But let me just say this though, because I thought this was like real tea. First of all, you know how much oxtails cost?
I don't.
You ain't gonna be baking no oxtail. Who the hell bakes oxtails? I
Maurice
would
gotta
be
live
not. Now,
healthier.
normally I don't ride with Maurice. Normally I don't ride with Maurice, but I'm like, nigga, if you would have baked oxtail, you would have fought. Legit. Girl, oxtails are expensive. They are expensive.
Okay, but
Mm-mm.
does Grayson
No.
seem like he can't afford to replace them?
I don't know, but I'm gonna need you to know not to bake them. Yes, I cook. No, you don't cook. Nobody bake no damn oxtails. But I do agree with you. We don't know enough. Like they haven't shown us enough for me to even care about a relationship. Like I feel like this is one of the worst displays of affection that and I understand Maurice's reservation, but I'm like y'all got to do better to make us, for me, to make me care about them as a couple, because I don't care at all. Now, do they live together? Because how you got in my apartment?
We don't
I
even
don't
know
know.
that. We have no idea, Allie.
That's true. We don't know. We don't know.
Grayson cute and all, but if they can't come up with no more story, pass.
Those are facts.
Uh, Virgo Queen says, I hate how this show tries to hook up everyone with someone they come into contact with. Yeah, I agree.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Grayson is a wealth advisor. He's got it. Okay, that's kind of how I look at it. But
That's what he do.
but my
Thank you, because
father,
I didn't even know.
I didn't know that either. My father has kind of like got me in that realm of like thinking, because he's famous for like if he do something and he's gonna pay to fix it or whatever. So like, why you bitching? That's kind of how I am, especially if it's supposed to be somebody I love. Like, and then like coming from a Caribbean, well, my dad being Caribbean, he's very much so like, if something's in the house, you want to eat it, eat it. We'll buy more. Like, so Maurice losing his damn mind was, for me, I was just like, girl, relax. It just makes Maurice look like a entitled diva without giving us the full backstory of like how he's traumatized, and then they get him to say it later. But if they would have given us moments to see Maurice really falling for Grayson, starting to feel uncomfortable, actually like showing their relationship, then we wouldn't have to look at Maurice sideways at moments like this, because we can be like, okay, this is definitely a knee-jerk reaction to you feeling too comfortable, to you feeling like, oh my god, like I really like this man and he's moving in. Like the request for space or the outburst about space would make sense if we actually got to see you getting comfortable and shifting your life around and making space for him, and now you're trying to reclaim that space back.
That's true. I agree with that. I agree with that.
So yeah, I don't.
And then it seemed like, what was it? Next episode, Grayson is like talking to another dude or something.
Mm-hmm. Still don't care. But Godspeed, Maurice.
I don't even. I don't give two craps about it
Godspeed,
at
Chad.
all.
They don't live together. That's why they made the reference of the guy who wouldn't leave. I forgot his name. Q. Uh,
Oh, alphabet Q. Mm-hmm.
Alphabet.
Alphabet. Mm-hmm.
Oh, what else
Oh,
do we
cute.
gotta talk about from this episode? Rich is raggedy.
And we feel
Zach
like
is
these
raggedy.
people.
Aaron is fine and stressed, but fine. Tony is
Amen.
halfway raggedy because I don't trust it. It's very much so giving. You could double back to the ex-wife. You could. Even though I do believe
You
that
know
they can be
what?
friends. Ex marital partners, they can actually be friends. I don't think that that's automatically a thing just because he's being nice. I do think that it's not clear what his issue was with her. And that part is the part that's the orange flag for me. Because you can be nice, but still know the person's issue and know that that doesn't mesh with you. And then that's a very real thing that doesn't create conflict, but you can see it's something that they work around. Y'all ain't really working around nothing. Y'all seem very, very much aligned.
Very much so. Very much so. So I'm interested in what caused the demise of their marriage
Right.
because they seem to have a very great rapport. And sometimes that does happen. You just may not have been great
Together.
romantically, but you can be friends and you can be co-parents and things of that nature. So it's interesting. I just always have an issue when it's stated, oh, the woman was crazy or whoever, when all the blame is put on the spouse. And then when you meet them, you're like, wait a minute, something ain't adding up. So it makes me look at Tony a little bit sideways, like, well, you said it was the wife and she was crazy and all, and she doesn't agree to me that at
Exactly.
all.
And we
So,
know the company that he
okay,
keeps, so yeah, it's giving it
okay.
was you, sir. You just looking at you and your little goofy ass friends, it's
Mm-hmm.
giving Shaw, actually.
It was
And
all.
then not only that, the wife is the problem, but then you go and pick a Daniela after? Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Come on,
You
come on.
know, black people.
Oh man,
When Tay Talk says, I got a question. Why would the feds tell that Penelope was alive? Exactly. They wouldn't.
I think they tried to justify it on the show by stating how they needed Andy's testimony, and I think somehow Andy's testimony is linked to Penelope being alive, and so maybe they
However,
needed to tell her that.
however,
But
her testimony is stronger if it don't look like you coerced these two by linking them together. If you actually got her to get up on a stand and say what she says and think that she's dead, that to me feels a lot stronger, especially in front of a jury of his goddamn peers. Y'all just trying to get this whole Gary and Andy getting married storyline off. Y'all just trying to exact this goofy ass plan because he about to send her simple ass in undercover. And Godspeed, Andrea Barnes, because your ass gonna end up in the hospital just like Jasmine around with Gary.
that's really what this is what I will say about the writers of Sisters. When they are trying to create what they know is coming up, the big thing, them leading up to that point is absolutely horrible. And that's exactly what's happening. We know that there's going to come a point where Gary is going to make Andy marry him or come close to marrying him. So you got to set this, and they just do a piss poor job at the setup. Like we know what shot y'all gonna take, but the setup to that is absolutely ridiculous. And you know
Mm-hmm.
what? If they even get to the I do part, what I'm gonna say this: whatever trip that Gary Demon Borders is about to take Andy on, I'm here for the damn ride. I ain't gonna feel bad about it. No, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna shed a tear. In the words of my good sis, Mary J. Blige, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna be elated, and I'm gonna be happy because all the mess that you want to do, Miss Fatima, your bodyguard, your best friend, your sister now, while you leave others to kiss your ass in the process. All right, Andy, karma
Karma,
is
honey.
best served told. It's best served told. And baby, you about to take a trip to damn Antarctica, and I'm here for it.
Period.
I'm here for it.
I'm not surprised that Penelope's not dead. I just think the story was very inconsistent. They don't need to tell Andrea Barnes, but they did. And then Andrea's stressed. Andrea is the one who gets all the information for being one of the most easily overly stimulated ass characters. Everybody tells her every goddamn thing. Y'all need to learn to keep y'all's mouth shut. Andrea Barnes don't need to know nothing but what she gonna wear tomorrow. That's it.
What a scary ass. What are you doing? Like, shut up, Andy. The manager is trying to bring you into the room. What are you doing? And then when they showed the preview, I had to laugh because only Gary would think to put a gift by the tire because he knows just how materialistic Andy Barnes is. So when she saw that gift, oh, it has to be for me. What is this? And that was his way,
The man put a
his
bird
crazy
trap
ass up
by
out.
her damn tire because he knew how to catch a bird.
You know what? Flap, flap. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Oh man, that had me rolling.
I'm
That had me rolling. It really did.
trying to think what else happened.
I think at a certain point, I just stopped writing notes. I just stopped and I just started watching
I ain't writing
and
the video
trying
child.
to stay strong. I did try, and I have to because it's getting to the point where I'm not even remembering what with this show. I used to be able to remember everything that happened. Now,
Mm-hmm. But everything that's happening is
I
so
got slow like
inconsequential. So much is inconsequential, so it's very hard to
yes,
remember.
yes, absolutely.
Child. Well, y'all got anything
Yes.
else y'all want us to talk about? Drop it in the chat now. Speak now or forever hold your peace, babes.
So if we forgot something, put it in the chat.
What y'all think about Miss Rose? I don't at all trust her. I hope Michael is not put in danger, but I predict she's either crazy and or maybe knows and or hired by Heather or maybe related to her. I hope she's not hired or related to Heather because I still have hopes for Heather getting Michael back.
Me too.
And maybe that's something I can unpack in
And
a
I don't give a
video because I
damn
ain't gonna do it
about
right
it.
here. I ain't gonna do it right here because people gonna try to drag my ass for filth right now. And that's just a thought I have. I haven't fully fleshed out all of my reasons why. It's just a feeling that I want to have happen. Very much so tied to like Zach is while he might be financially well off, he's not more like that much more stable. Um, and I feel y'all. I feel y'all about Miss Rose could definitely be too good to be true.
Well, this is my thing, right? How you hire somebody to be a nanny? You haven't done background checks. You haven't checked their references. You're basically just looking over an application and looking over what she presented to you, and then gonna say this woman you hired
Well, Fatima looked at one of the people who
with
had no
Fatima
damn no experience and said, "Well, you know what? I like you."
experience. Yeah, I think you do great. When Fatima said that, I said y'all about to send this child to all the badam. Whoever y'all hire is not gonna be good. When Fatima said that, I knew they were destined for doom
Yeah.
with whomever they hired for the job. It's gonna be a mess. It's gonna be something up with the. It's gonna be something up with her for sure. I just don't know what. I just don't know what it is.
Yeah, A Noel. At least shared custody. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm really hoping for shared custody.
Yeah, yeah. Because I think the way they did Heather was so dirty. But again, it was just another way to prop up Zach and Fatima by being, gold star parents, and then for them to be a two-parent household, they see how hard it is with this child and the needs that's required to make sure that he can live a normal life. Like you struggling, Zach home all day and still don't do that. We see him giving them the boy building blocks and coloring books. You're not parenting. You're not helping him. You're just giving him stuff to do to stay out your way. So the
Mm-hmm.
fact that you guys are struggling, what the hell you think? What you think Heather was over there doing? You know what I'm saying? She was struggling just as much.
Yep.
So I really wish they would have went in a completely different direction with that storyline because I think that would have been so great to see. I just
Mm-hmm.
hate that it went this way.
I agree. And then also, Fatima, you look dumb as hell sitting across from this table with the person who has a face for radio because you got to make sure to hire an ugly ass nanny just so that your man don't sleep with her. It's giving, but you know.
But this is what she do. This is the same helper who check video footage at coffee shops. You know what I'm saying? This is this is who we dealing with. Oh Lord.
Ooh, child. Ooh, child, ooh, child, ooh, child. Money Green said we talked about Hayden and his sugar mama already. So you gotta go ahead and rewind, boo. You gotta go ahead and rewind. Um, DNC Granny says I wouldn't mind Heather getting some kind of custody back, but I need the verbal abuse of hers to have been eliminated. No more talking to him like trash and tying the baby up like an animal. Agreed, agreed. I definitely think there needs to be some rehabilitation on her part before she's able to have access to Michael again, for sure. But even that is, I think, a great story to tell.
It is. It is. And I think it goes back even to like generational curses or generational trauma because as I stated, Zach has a tendency to always explain his and even in that moment when they came and they saw the baby tied up, Heather was saying like that's what my mom did to me. Like in her mind, is nothing wrong with this because that's how I was raised. With certain things that we see Zach do, oh well, my mom didn't know it. She doesn't get a pass, and it was wrong. But I think the fact that we can take Zach stuff into consideration, the same with her. That's why I was always so against her child being taken.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just so swiftly, so quickly. Like, hey, let's go to classes. Let's teach you how to handle him. Let's because that you have the money. Go to classes together. Find out how y'all can incorporate a healthy co-parent situation, and you just taking the child. Like that's
Yeah.
what I had the issue with. I really had an issue with that.
Yep. All right, y'all. I think I'm gonna have to tap out. We're pushing on the 1 hour and 30 minute mark. Appreciate you so very much, Allie. Any shout outs you want to do?
I think we did well for what. Just shout out to everybody who who tunes in every Wednesday night with us. It was a struggle because I've been moving for the past couple of days and your girl is tired as
Mm.
hell. Um, sorry as hell. Erica been doing her lives on her personal channel as well as Erica Van CC, and I know she's working on very little sleep, but she has been committed to the damn cause. But I just thank everybody for being consistent, and being patient because I know I only put out one video last. I really didn't put out a lot of videos, but I do intend on making more content. But I'm like in between places, so y'all just bear with your girl, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna get this. I'm gonna get the content out. But like looking for apartments is I hate moving. Like with a passion, looking
Ooh,
for apartments is it's work.
it's
It's
grueling.
work.
It's so
So
grueling.
it's grueling. It is. It is. So I'm trying to find some place, get settled, because I had to get the hell up out of Dodge where I was before. But yeah, just I thank everybody for for rocking with us and being consistent. And Jesus, we got a whole another season to go. But
Child.
I thank y'all. Y'all make this worthwhile. Y'all make
Yes.
this worthwhile.
It's always an amazing, amazing discussion. Let me go ahead and remind y'all that now available, y'all can have access to my media library, all of the screenshots that I pull from all of the television shows that I watch. You can actually get access to them if you are a YouTuber as well or wanting to start a commentary channel and not knowing where to begin, not knowing where to pull media. You can actually access my library. It's linked in the description box down below, as well as a couple of other services that I have opened up. I'm now doing script coverage. So if you have scripts that you want me to read and provide you notes and thoughts and all of that, the link is in the description box below as well. You can also follow me on my personal channel because like Ali said, I'll be going live every single day over there and we're talking more life stuff and all of that jazz. I really enjoy y'all. I really appreciate y'all. And while things are a little difficult, tiring, sometimes exhausting, I really am proud that both Allie and I consistently show up in this space and show up for y'all because y'all show up for us. And it's really such an amazing thing, whether it's just over the internet or not. It's such a amazing thing to have community where you can find it. So we appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Thank you so much for this great conversation tonight. If you're catching this on replay, be sure to check the comments and pop your thoughts in and put the little timestamps, because Ellie and I do go back and we check out the comments and we reply to those to keep the conversation going. For those who are not able to catch us live, thank you, Wente Talk, for your beautiful super chat to wish me a happy belated birthday. My birthday was last week, y'all. And I had a great time. I just had a really amazing, peaceful weekend. It was so dope. Shout out to the new members of the channel and all the current members of the channel. Thank y'all so much again. We love you, guys.
Oh, I gotta give a special shout out. I want to give a special shout out to A Noel. She purchased 3 of my books, and I just want to say it openly. That I greatly appreciate it. For those who do not know or did not know, I have written 3 novels, and so she purchased them, and I'm so grateful and thankful for that. So if anybody is interested in finding out like what the books are about, what they look like, all that stuff like that, I'm gonna post more about the stuff I do on the side too. So y'all just gonna look out for that on my community page on the channel. But I just wanted to thank you, A Noel, publicly for supporting that work of mine. I greatly appreciate it.
Come on, A Noel. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, y'all. Have a wonderful night, and we're going to see you in the next one. I think I might be doing Bridgerton Live tomorrow, and then Friday we will be doing a Power Book 2 Ghost Live. So somebody help you get this, because it's given I'm doing 2 lives a day for 4 days straight.
Yes.
Wild work, Erica, but we here. We locked in, friends. We locked in. Okay. Love you guys. See you in the next one.
Love y'all. Good night.